like Meatloaf Bailey, what a PR stunt. Look at me, guys. Yeah, I would do anything for pound notes. And I'm going to sit in a restaurant and I'm going to look like, oh, I'm proper Charles and I love Chelsea. And this is all on Siri merchant at Bali. What a load of bollocks.
To get money from agents to publish information is not legal for a journalist. After 1 second, find one proof and I will deactivate my account.
Fab, I think you're taking this a bit to heart. Honestly.
No, it's not too hard. It's too hard because you are on your fucking sofa just using my name and attacking me from your Twitter account with no face, no name, and nothing. Just joking on me.
Yeah.
It's not too hard for me because I'm working and I don't like to go on Twitter and see the shit you're putting. Okay. So it could be too hard for you, not for me. I'm working and I don't want someone else to come in and joke on my news. You can joke about it. It's fine. It's humor. It's okay. But joke, not say that I'm getting money. Because I'm not getting any fucking money from the agents of any player. So joke whatever you want, do humor on me, on my name, or whatever you want.
I'll make it clear. I'll make it clear.
So right, up the Chelsea, up the MineralsFC. Big up to every single one of you live and locked in. I hope everyone's doing well, winning live. First and foremost, I want you all smash the piece of the like button. If you haven't smashed it, smash it right now. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, hit the subscribe button. We're about 150 odd away from 12k. And we've got the notification bell, ding dong. So right, make sure you smash that so you know when we go live. We've got the MineralsFC Ultras membership, which is pinned at the top of the live chat and down below. And we have also got Eunice's whole link to all his channel down in the title, Operation Minerals. So big up to you, my geezer. Yeah.
Operation Minerals. Brilliant. Yeah, we heard Operation Olise, didn't we? I know where you got that from. Yeah. How you doing? I hope everyone's all good in the chat. Big up to everyone in here. I'm well. Everything's all good. I mean, now we're starting to hear things left, right, and centre, aren't we? So it's getting interesting with Chelsea Football Club.
For me, it's still a long way from Starbucks. I will say it's Operation Olise. Everyone's having kittens. Everyone's walking around like Danny DeVito and Schwarzenegger in Twins. You know what I'm saying? Or what's the one where they're pregnant? They're both pregnant.
I forgot that flip. What's the name of that film? Kindergarten Cop.
Kindergarten Cop. Is it Kindergarten Cop? He's pregnant. Is he?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Well,
people in the chat can let us know. I think it's Kindergarten Cop.
Junior.
Junior. It's Junior. Yeah. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, Junior. Salute to all the MineralsFC Ultras, man. Land it every time. Make sure you smash that like button. What's wrong with everyone? The likes have been piss poor in the last few streams. We need to get them up. Twins, yeah, we love twins, but that's what everyone's having orgasms. Everyone's really excited with the Olise news. For me, it's not a done deal. For me, I'm not too confident on it. There's a reason why. No, there's a reason why I'm not confident because
go on.
Jacobs come out and he goes, "Oh, he could make a decision in days or weeks." This is going to go on for a little while, I believe. I think Chelsea and the Clowns are trying to get in early on the act because they know once a Champions League club goes in, pays that 60 million release clause or puts in an offer to trigger it from a Champions League club, they're going to basically be in a bidding war. The Crystal Palace want that. Olise wants that. Olise's agent wants that. And the brown envelopes know that they all want that. So what they're going to do is try and orchestrate a bidding war or find another club that's genuinely interested, who more than likely is either Champions League or I think it's actually Manchester United, who are circling around Olise. And Olise wants to weigh up his options. And I don't blame the kid. Like, although he's got links to Chelsea, we know that. But at the same time, you know, everyone's seen what we're about. Everyone's seen how these clubs run. If he gets an offer from a United or a City, I think City are lurking somewhere behind the scenes because they do need someone in the right.
City walk in, we're all screwed. Yeah,
everyone's done it. Yeah.
I'm not sure they will though. I'll be real. I don't know. He'd fit for them. I can't lie. I think he'd fit for them. I said this a couple of days ago. I was like, if City come in, that right hand side, it's a wrap. It's a wrap for all of us. But
I just, you know what it is? It's like when you get everyone. All the brand envelopes on it. Matt Law's on it. Toothpick Jacobs on it. Pawnstein's on it. Fabrizio's constantly on it. Oh, they're really pushing hard. You know, it's Operation Olise and all this nonsense, these buzzwords. It's like trying to gas up and put all the feeling towards, Chelsea are in the driving seat. The reality is, Olise's going to see who pays him the most wages, who's going to offer him European football, because right now we've got Conference League. I mean, if United come in, he's playing Europa League. If Arsenal, for example, who were put in there, Liverpool put in there, Man City are put in there, you got Newcastle put in there, but it's contradicting reports because I think it was who was it? Was it Matt Law or Matt Law put Liverpool? Or no, Darren Lewis, sorry, put Liverpool, City, Arsenal in the mix. And then I think Matt Law put Newcastle, Bayern, and Chelsea, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's Matt Law, it's someone else, but it's definitely a Darren Lewis or one of them. You know, either or, it doesn't matter. But why? Why are you contradicting? Why are you putting out clubs that Newcastle ain't got a chance? Let's have it right.
Newcastle ain't got a chance.
Because they need to sell Isaac, Guimaraes, and all these players, yeah?
They don't even have European football.
They don't even have European football, all right? So that eliminates. Bayern Munich's an interesting one, but then they say, I want to stay in London. Does he necessarily want to stay in London or does he want to stay in England? Because there's a difference, you know?
I would say footballers at that level, the only thing that Chelsea have as an advantage is London, you know, because Man United, for example, in Manchester, it's not quite the same up there. If you've been, you'd know. But if players at that level, London, this is why recently I was saying, you know what, I hope Arsenal don't come into the picture because if that happens, then we're in trouble. But they've got Saka. So I don't see how Olise fits for Arsenal, which is why you narrow it down. Matt Law had to correct himself. Yeah, he come out, when was it, yesterday, talking about the whole Champions League team requirement. So the clause applies to Champions League teams. 2 hours later, he comes out and goes, okay, no, it's not for Champions League teams. It's anybody can come in. It's not just Champions League teams. But we know what Chelsea would do when it comes to a release clause. They won't pay the release clause. They'll pay above the release clause. And then they'll get the payment structure sorted out with them because you can't do that with a release clause. You've got to give them the lump sum. But if you go above it, and Crystal Palace obviously have a little bit more money given to them, then they can negotiate the payment terms. So it depends how fast Chelsea actually act on this. If Chelsea are quick, cool. There's a good chance here. If they linger about and they give time for someone to come in, like United have only just sorted out their manager situation, right, with Ten Hag. Don't know if he's going to sign a new contract or whatnot, but the longer you wait, the less chance you start to have. And if we don't get Olise, it's fully on the club here. Not like last summer. Last summer was Crystal Palace playing games. This summer, if we don't end up with Olise, we've blown it.
No, last year was Chelsea, the ownership fault because they were tapping him up and Crystal Palace got wind of it, didn't like it.
Yeah. And Crystal Palace basically nailed him down to a new contract. It looked like he was being held hostage, didn't it? But yeah. Whereas this time, there's no excuse.
I would say this, Eunice, I'd say they've got no choice but to wait. It's not about just getting in and doing the deal straight away because irrespective, Olise wants to see what his options are. He knows he's in demand. Crystal Palace know it. So why would you, think about it. Why would you just commit and sign straight away? You wouldn't do that because you've got a whole summer window.
I agree. Although I think the circumstances of clubs that are involved is what comes into Chelsea's favour. Because with United at the moment, like I've said, they've only just sorted out their manager situation. We all thought Ten Hag was gone. Ten Hag was meant to be gone, right? And that's common knowledge. But they haven't actually got a big budget apparently going into the summer. Some United pages going, they've only got I think 50 mil or something that they've got cash ready to spend. They're going to have to sell players to generate. Looking like they're a little bit low. But on top of that,
before the 30th though, this is all before the 30th. After that 30th,
you see, exactly.
These clubs have got Man United have got more money than you believe.
This is where I'm saying Chelsea have to be quick here. If we get this done within the next 2 weeks or something, cool. Because Chelsea have the leverage now being able to offer a player going the other way, which is what Crystal Palace are interested in, apparently. If Chelsea were to use that, then
I don't see it either way, and I'll tell you why. Because there's nothing stopping these clubs speaking Crystal Palace and having permission to speak to Olise. They can say, right, what's this club offered you? What's that club offered you? They'll go, right, we can't do the deal before the 30th, but we will offer you 200 grand a week.
Of course, that would depend on Palace, wouldn't it? 100%.
Yeah, 100%. And Palace don't care. It's whoever pays the most transfer fee. That's it to them. So if someone ups it by 5 million, that's what I'm saying. I don't trust these clowns upstairs. I don't trust Kerry Winstanley and Stuart Little to negotiate this deal. And just because he's got an affiliation with Joe Shields, it means nothing. He hasn't got any power in this, any play in this.
No, Joe doesn't. I agree.
So it's like they keep throwing this stigma of Joe Shields. You know, with every player he's worked with, not every player he's worked with is a fucking gold mine like Cole Palmer. You know, you're going to get. But Olise, we know he's got all the qualities. He's clear of Madueke. He's clear of anyone else. We haven't got anyone else on the right really, apart from Cole Palmer. And I think Cole Palmer and Olise together would be the icing. Do you know what I'm saying?
They would. Yeah, they'd interchange. That would be pretty mental. Yeah. Yeah,
of course. Like obviously, I'm all for it, and I think he's a fantastic player, and it's this type of player that we should be acquiring.
Yeah,
but it's not. It's like we've gone through this our fourth transfer window, and you are still fucking around with right and left wings. You know,
that's true.
You've got a strike that's sort out. You've got your midfield sort out. Conor Gallagher. What's happening there? Because you're shoehorning Andre Santos. He's perfect for Enzo Mascara, but can't play a minute at Nottingham Forest in the Premier League. Can't hardly played for Strasbourg and went to their sister club. Like no one's in massive demand for this Andre Santos. So this PR is just ridiculous. The PR admirals are mind-boggling for everyone. Do you know what I'm saying? They don't know how to digest it. They've gone doolally. And then your defence again. You've still got to rectify your defence. You've got to rectify the two centre-backs because you can lose Chalobah. You've lost Thiago Silva, and you're going to tell us you're replacing Thiago Silva with Tosin, who's experienced at 26 of no fucking elite level. Like, no, he hasn't won nothing. But, he's slightly had an upbringing with Enzo. Like, it's Enzo's baby. I mean, what are we doing here? And goalkeeper. Again, no goalkeeper. Everyone's shoehorning Enzo. Duran's Enzo's guy. Tosin's Enzo's guy. But he's made clear as day. Enzo's got no say. He doesn't have anything.
It's got nothing to do with Enzo Maresca.
How can he?
Nothing to do with him.
How can he say I want to keep Gallagher or I don't want to keep Gallagher if I haven't worked with Gallagher?
You've not even met him.
He hasn't met him. Same scenario with Pochettino. Exactly the same. Where he goes, he did his press and he goes, I trusted the ownership to make decisions. What, you trust him to cut our fucking all your experience and you walk into the job which you were bitching and moaning about for the whole season? You know, this is what I'm saying. Like, it's the same scenario. Listen, I don't budge at all. You see, you can bring me Olise, doesn't solve me anything. It adds quality on that side and it adds them great resale value, don't get me wrong. But in terms of the core of the team, in terms of actually bringing experience, you're not fucking doing that. Simon Phillips is the biggest bullshitter going, brown envelope to his eyeballs, going, they're scrapping the under-25 model. Well, look, we're signing a 17-year-old left back, who everyone's got a right back, they're calling him Baby Cafu, right, who's going to Strasbourg. And then Fabrizio says he's signed by Strasbourg, Blue Coast Strasbourg side.
Blue Coast for Strasbourg.
The Chelsea shirt.
Yeah.
So he's not. Chelsea is signing him. They're lying. Like, this is what I'm saying. The club's buying these kids still, and they're farming them out. And they're spending their money doing that when we need money on Osimhen. But you won't buy Osimhen because he's 25. He's too old. Bullshit. His wages are too high, which we know. Yeah, and they're never going to pay that. And his transfer fee's over 100 million. They're not going to pay it because they can't pay it. So now you're settling for what? Sloppy seconds from Unai Emery because they're in FFP shit. That's the only way I see it, Eunice.
This one baffles me. The whole John Duran thing. No, I agree. Look, it's not. They haven't shifted in terms of the players that they're targeting, the profile that they're trying to go after. It's still young players. It's still, they're not going up to address the core with any experience or anything like that. I would take Olise all day long. And I think if we went and took one proper striker, right, or even someone to stick up top, like if we're going for Duran, I've said this the last few days. I don't understand why we aren't going in for an Alvarez from City. I don't get it. Like, I don't understand to not go and get. Like I said previous, I'd take Duran if it was cheap and we use him as a third option in order for him to maybe grow and develop that way. Cool, because it does look like there is raw talent there, but we can't do more raw talent and just hope and just think it's going to get okay. There has to be someone proven up there. Now, can you imagine if we had a proper striker up there with Palmer in behind, Olise in behind, and Kunku in behind, things like that kicking off? Cool, we can start thinking about going somewhere. But I'm worried, like now, as you said, we go and get John Duran, that the club are just going to go, that's it. We're going to go in with Jackson and Duran into the new season. I just think that's suicide.
But that's the point I'm making. You're meant to get someone better than Jackson, all right?
Yeah.
But you're basically going, our backup's potential with potential. That's what you're doing. It's potential with potential. They're all learning off the job. Duran's got no fucking sample size, Eunice. He's played 3 Premier League official games, bro. He's got 8 goals. That's not enough. It's not Chelsea level. Why are we not looking at too old, too expensive? Osimhen, too old, too expensive, too old, 25, 26, too old. When strikers, known fact, they peak later on in their careers, all right?
Yeah.
Most strikers, unless you're an alien like Haaland or someone like that, all right? And I put Osimhen on that kind of level with Haaland. Pep uses Haaland. Enzo can use Osimhen. I don't want to hear this bullshit that Osimhen's, he's not got the touch. And Haaland ain't got the greatest touch. It's not about that. Mate. It's about what you bring for the team, and you have the team of players around you, and you finish, and you got a killer. You need a killer up front, and Duran's not a killer. He's problematic from Unai Emery, what he said.
He's problematic. He's got a discipline problem.
What's Jackson going to say? I deserve to start. I've got 15 GA or whatever last season. 15 GA. Yeah. Oh, I want someone's going to bring me 20 GA, 20 goals, 25 goal striker. To help Palmer, to help Olise, to help the other players, because you can't rely on Cole Palmer again. He's going to get found out, all right? They always do. They'll find him out. But my thing is this. Alvarez, all right, let's have it right. Is he really going to come to Chelsea when he's on 100 grand a week? The most he's going to get is 150 grand off Chelsea, top whack. With bonuses, they'll rack it up. The bonuses he ain't going to get, all right?
Yeah.
The guy is not actually, for me, like a proven striker. He's not that guy. He's not going to, I don't think he's going to give you 25 goals, Alvarez. I rate him and I think he's fantastic, but I think he's better with a striker. Do you know what I'm saying? I think he plays off.
The one issue is the lack of strikers out there at the moment. That's the problem. I think there's 2 names in terms of a proper striker that you could realistically go and get, that I think would be available. Osimhen would be available, but it cost 100 odd mil to trigger the release clause. Or I'd say Guirassy, who would be available for like peanuts. For like 20, I think his release clause 17 mil or something. It's peanuts, but he's 28. So we're not going to go near because he's 28. That's the only reason. He scored 30 goals in 30 games last season, but we're not going near because he's 28. So
that's my point, Eunice.
You see, that's the problem.
Model dictates where you go in the market.
This is it.
Time. No one can tell me there's no strikers out there. You got Osimhen, you had Sesko.
Not available. I mean, Sesko's staying.
Yeah, but that's because the Brown Everett's played it beautifully, like Mozart in the concert, mate. Everyone was fantastic. They were loving it. He played everyone like a kipper. Using for British for his agent to get a deal with RB Leipzig. The reality is, who's going to pay the 60 million? Who was generally interested in him? Because if you were generally interested in before the transfer windows are even open, all right, and this guy's already announced he's staying, tells you he didn't really want to leave anyway, or no one was really interested, which means Chelsea weren't in the mix. They weren't in there. Arsenal weren't in the mix. But the point is, Sesko's available. You don't want to go there. You don't want to pay the wages. You don't want to pay the fee too high. You can't at the moment. Osimhen, he's out there. Gyökeres, he's out. Gyökeres for me, he's like a pit bull. Why are we not going for this guy? 26 years old. The guy's scored a shitload of goals in Sporting with Amorim. You know, the guy's, I'd have him in a heartbeat.
I had doubts about him as well. And then this past season, he just, how many goals did he score? Ridiculous. Yeah.
So what? Oh, we're settling for Duran, you know? We got
you see, this is that's what takes the mick. Yeah, you see, when you bring the bar that low, if we're genuinely going in with Duran to just go with Jackson and that's all we're going to leave with, like that's setting the bar so low. This is why I said if we were to turn to Alvarez, for example, Alvarez is someone.
He's a winner.
Weirdly enough, at his age and what he's done so far, he's clocked football. He's won everything. There's nothing more to win, which is mad for someone like him, right? Club and country. He's a World Cup winner too. Now it's genuinely just about game time. Who's going to give him minutes? Who's going to make him the main man? And I think we've got a space there that would be ready for it. But we're not going to pay City that money. We're just not. Because he would cost 80 mil or something like that. We just would.
Yeah, it's also the wages is a problem. Because if he's got interest elsewhere, all right, they're going to offer decent wages for him. Yeah, he's Argentinian and he's got Premier League experience. Out of all of them, I am going with Alvarez, but I wanted Osimhen. I don't even rate Osimhen like, you know, like super high. Do you know what I mean? But I think what you know with this guy is he's a predator and he's a killer up front. He's got aerial ability. He's got physicality. You know he can play in the Premier League. You know he can go left and right flanks. You know he can hold the ball and bring players into play. That's all you need. And he's got experience. He's won Serie A. He's played Champions League football. Alvarez comes with that experience as well. But there's a premium price because he's come from City. So I want that caliber, that ilk of striker.
Exactly.
Duran is basically another Jackson who's probably more injury prone. All right. And I want to address all the melts, and all the wrong-uns that fed agenda on Tammy Abraham, because Tammy Abraham, in the 1.5 seasons, got us 30 non-penalty goals. 30 non-penalty goals. People are propping Jackson and Duran like they're perfect fit. They're going to land it at Chelsea. But you were feeding agendas constantly on Tammy Abraham. He's not good enough at Chelsea. Why? Because our levels and our standards were fucking through the roof at that period.
They were crazy, they were.
Right? So someone explained to me how it's just all acceptable to go, Duran, and we're going to sit back and go, that's the guy.
I agree. I was someone that was looking at Tammy, even back then, and I liked Tammy, but there were games where I'm like, oh, come on, man. And it got to the point where I was like, all right, he's good, he's okay, but we need more. Like it's not there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now we're at a point where, because people have seen a couple of comps of Duran on Twitter and he's made 3 games and he's scored a few goals, all of a sudden he is, bring him. And you know what? Like I said, it's not even about bringing him in. Like I've explained how I would take him in the squad, but I wouldn't make him the number 1 guy or pay Aston Villa 40 mil for him. This is ridiculous.
He wants to play regular football. Why are we not looking at Ollie Watkins?
This is it. Exactly. If you're going to Villa, take their main man.
Exactly. You're not doing that. You're taking the backup. You're taking the fucking help.
And you know what? We're propping Aston Villa here because they paid 18 mil for Duran in the first place. And now they're looking to double their money. And we're going to be the ones to go, here you go. No problem. Now, like I said, it could be in the form of a player, but still, it doesn't sit well with me to give them Ian Matson, who we could actually do with going into the new season, and then we take John Duran. I don't know.
He sounds like let's make a profit on this guy. And also, when you talk about they want to do a swap deals just don't happen in football. You've got to rely on players wanting to go to that club. It's got to work both ways. It's a 3-way thing. It's even harder. It's hard enough when it's a 2-way thing, but it's a 3-way thing. Is it right for Villa? Is it right for Chelsea? Is it right for the player? And then you've got to make sure everything's aligned and it's too difficult, it's too complicated. And also you're involving money as well. It's a mess. I don't see it happening. So Chelsea are desperate, the clowns, to offload players. All right, they're stuck with Gallagher because Gallagher said, "I'm not doing anything until after Euros," and they were banking on trying to sort something out before the Euros.
He's played that well.
And he's played that well because he loves Chelsea. He wants to take Chelsea. The reality is for Connor, they're going to offer him a 1-year extension. If he signs that, he deserves everything he gets because he's going to get done over. All right. But the reality is he'll probably go, bruv. You know, they will get rid of him.
I think so.
They said, the Chelsea are considering that he is part of the plan. But you said he doesn't suit Enzo Ball. Which one is it? He suits Enzo Ball, or he doesn't suit Enzo Ball, or he doesn't suit the fact that you can't get the 50 million or the 60 million.
They started to say that there was a U-turn. They were thinking about giving him a new deal and doing all that. I'm like, it doesn't change a thing. If you want to keep Gallagher, well, give him a contract.
And do you know what is, Eunice? We are compensating and helping mid clubs, bruv. You know what I'm saying? We are going. We are shopping at Aldi 24/7. You know, we're not going and getting it. We need fucking creme de la creme, man. We need experience. We've got enough potential. We've got enough talent, if you want to call it that. I beg to differ. What's talent in our team anyway? There is some, but it's not really with the amount of money you spent, you're winding me up. You've been done over at Sunday Market. You know, you think you're buying prime Selfridges and you're not. You're getting all for gazies. You know, you go to Wembley Market and thought you get a pair of Nike Air Maxes and you realise, oh shit, the air bubbles just popped after 2 weeks. You know, this is what's going on at Chelsea. Yeah, Olise, I'm worried. I don't think he's done it at all. All the ITKs are in the fucking mud anyway, and they have to be very, very careful. You know, you get in bed with the devil, expect the comebacks. You know what I'm saying? The backlash, because it will come. That's why I'm not really too excited. I'll only be excited if he actually is here we go, and he's signing, he's holding the shirt. I'm all for it. You know, that's got my Minerals seal of approval, bruv, to get him. Absolutely. You know. But does he solve the problem? He don't, Eunice. And then we're going to have the same problem.
No, not by himself.
Enzo and Casado, bruv. It's going to be the same shit again.
Yeah.
They're adamant on Enzo and Casado.
They are. And this is, we still don't know. This is part of the big gamble that we've taken, bringing in Maresca. We still don't know how we're going to play, what we're going to do, what's the plan, who's playing, who's not, who's going to fit in, who won't. God knows. Because I honestly think, as you said, they're going to shoehorn Enzo and Caicedo. And if they're going to do that, and you could say his previous teams have all had a midfield three, right? 1 6 and 2 8s. How it's been when you go back and you look at Maresca's Leicester and even his time in PL2 and all of that, that's how he plays. So if we're looking to, I would expect, bring in Lavia, then the two in front are going to be Enzo Caicedo. But what does that do for the team? There's no number 10.
Nope.
How are you going to get Nkunku, Palmer, if we get Olise, a left winger, a strike? You can't fit them all.
You got Mudryk and Sterling on the left wing. And you got Nkunku that can go there, right? You're going to bring in another striker. So you've got Jackson and Duran. You have Olise and Palmer on the right, because Madueke is probably going to go somewhere. They're going to profit in on him, or they're going to loan him. I think they'll profit on him. He's not Chelsea level. I've seen enough. All right. And he doesn't want to be squad, which at best he's probably squad. Yeah.
I would take him as squad. I'd like him as squad, but
he won't want that. All right. They're all arrogant little kids. They think they deserve to play first team football, which is nothing wrong with that. And then in the midfield, Lavia, we haven't seen. We know he's decent, but we haven't seen him. All right. Because they signed him injured. Let's not forget that. All right. Yeah. So you can't rely on him at all. You can't rely on Wesley Fofana in the centre back position because you just don't know what the situation is. You can't even rely on Rhys James at this point. He's too busy playing Zoolander and Hansen doing a walk-off.
Mate, I saw that
in LA. You know, it's just pantomime. You know, what's he going to get next? Zoolander tattooed on his neck or something. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
And then the goalkeeper is stated. Enzo wants an elite ball-playing goalkeeper, and you're going to stick with fucking Sanchez. Are you winding me up? Like, this guy can't do that. He was third-choice goalkeeper at Seagull. So what I'm trying to say, is nip it in the bud, all right? If you're not backing with a gaffer, if he's got a way of playing, and he's got a plan A, but don't worry, he's got the plan A, B, C, D, all A1, 2, 3s, all plan A's, but little parts to the A's. Yeah, there's no plan B. It's just the variations of plan A. Right? If you know this gaffer's like that, and you brought in a coach who's there to implement systems, yeah, well, he only works with one fucking system, so he's rigid with it. So if you're not giving him players for him to play that system, it's only going to end like the Titanic, bruv. And you think it looks fantastic, this ship. It's unbelievable. It's elite. We spent so much money on this. Gold and silver's everywhere. And it's sinking. All right? Because the driver ain't there, bruv. He ain't properly built. The structure wasn't done properly. No. You missed a few bolts, mate. And and what I'm trying to say before you say it, is Enzo is a yes man. He's got a 4.2 million a year on a 4-year contract, plus bonuses. He's got his stepping stone. He's got his name in the bright lights of London and Chelsea, and he will get another job somewhere else. And if not City know him and Pep leaves, he'd probably go there. Argument's sake, all right? This is everyone foresees this stuff. My thing is this: you're setting this guy up for failure again, and I'm backing him all the way. No one's blaming this guy. This guy's getting all my backing, all right? If he's got 100%. A way of playing and he's got his identity, I'm all for it, but give the geezer a fucking chance and actually go. He even said, Eunice, I don't require my striker to have many touches, right? If you look at Vardy's and all these guys that played up front, they had the fewest touches out the whole team, right? He doesn't need a fucking dribbling striker. He needs someone who can drop in a touch here and there, but he's a killer. That's it. Just like
striker of an instinct.
Right? But you need to give him. Listen, we joked with Lee Gunner. Remember, I said he plays with he can invert the goalkeeper. He actually does invert the goalkeeper.
He actually does.
Yes, he does. So you're asking to invert Sanchez. You're asking to invert Petrovic. Are you fucking suicidal, bruv? We're gonna have Beckham off the lines against us every week at that rate. You got Brillo Pad who's going to invert, all right, and they want to sell him these clowns, all right. Chilwell can't stay fit. James can't stay fit. Gusto's been in and out this season, so I'm generally worried about the back line, about the way he wants to play, and how open we're going to be. And then you've got Enzo in the middle who runs like he's running in mud. Granted, he can pick a pass and he's a new Fabregas, but mate, you need workers with him. And Casado can't do it all himself. So you're asking Palmer to drop in because you've got to accommodate Olise. So you're asking Palmer to do dog work. Palmer don't do dog work. So again, I'm worried about, I know how he wants to play, and everyone's putting it on a spreadsheet going, oh, look, we're going to cook. We're fucking Football Manager, and the data tells us our XG is going to be through the roof. I don't see it like that. I'm looking at, it could look a decent team once you get an Osimhen's and you get another proper centre back like a Bastoni, man. Go and get me a Bastoni or someone. You know what I'm saying? A leader, born leader, and then have him with Fofana. You're landing minerals there. Definitely landing minerals. Why don't you go and get Tomori from AC Milan if you want to go and maybe not spend too much? Tomori would be a great shout. He's like baby Gallas, bro. And we shouldn't really let him go back. Under that era, that's what we did because they couldn't get in the team.
They couldn't. Yep.
And they still want a left back. What, you want another left back? You're buying. They're basically, what I'm saying is they're buying the same fucking positions and not rectifying the problem.
I was going to say that was my point coming, is exactly that. It shows our recruitment. We've had players. How many players have we got in that are part of this squad that we're now looking to replace and offload, but they only just walked through the door a season ago? When you look at, for example, we signed David Washington. We didn't use him.
Yeah, 20 million.
We signed 20 mil, just sitting there doing nothing. We signed Datro Fofana. How's that gone? We've got these guys.
He's got better stats, goals and assists than Duran. Datro Fofana.
Yeah.
Less minutes.
They're not far off. No, that's the thing. On average, I think it was Duran that had less minutes.
Yeah, sorry,
But
Duran got less minutes, but
less
of course
minutes,
he's got.
but it's close.
Yeah, it's not like Fofana's played fucking untold games because he hasn't.
No. And this is where we brought in these players, even Angelo Gabriel, all these guys. We're now expecting Esteval William to come in at some point. Kendry Pyers is going to come in at some point.
They're guaranteed to play, Eunice, by the way.
And of course, yeah, they're going to walk in and be part of the squad. So what are we going to do about the first guys that walked through the door then? This is where we are showing that we had no idea what we were doing. At least, there's people that could argue we still don't know what we're doing. But at the bare minimum, we did not know what we were doing when we were getting those players through the door. We had no clue, right? And that's at the minimum. That's if they've rectified themselves now and they're trying to solve the problem. But even they might still now not even know what they're doing, and that's the fear. So it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy, man.
No one's thought about where Nkunku fits in, Olise, Palmer, striker. No one's thought about this, all right? Because you're not doing it with a gaffer. The gaffer's going to direct you. He's going to give you the advice you need so that he can let his minerals land and he can implement his system. It's going to be a mixed match again, Haribo pick and mix. And we're going to have all the kids wearing the Haribo chains, thinking they're it. And the reality is I see too much, not enough balance, not enough. There's no core. There's not enough experience and leadership. I'm going back to the same old shit, which I know. And I don't want to repeat it because, people go, oh, you keep repeating. But people are thick as shit. They don't digest it. They get blindsided by, we're going to get Olise. Yeah, great. Okay, great. We've got Olise. What next?
I agree. I agree. It's part of the problem solved. It's part. Olise is what should be the first step. It should be.
Who made the problem, Eunice? I want to ask. Who made these problems? Because it weren't Don Roman.
No.
So I'm saying they've assembled this to keep having to go back and rectify it, and they can't even rectify it properly. And this is your fifth gaffer now.
Yep.
Fifth gaffer in 2 years. It's your third season. You do not get this one wrong. You get this one wrong, he's done. I mean, for me, they're done anyway. But
of course,
you get this one wrong, all right? He's done out for the. Listen, no one can tell us that it was Kerry Winstanley and Stuart Little that vouched for this guy. Ed Barley was the one who wanted this guy, signed him off, mate. Yeah, end of. He's the one pulling the strings. Meatloaf Bowley's in it. Fugazi's in it. All right. The directors are going to try and push all the blame on them because they're the next stage to them. No one coming at the owners. The reality is it will be the owners that get the blame. They always have been the ones that are taking the blame, and they should be. But people fed agenda on every gaffer that's come in, realising, it's a process. Oh, we just need to buy this player and that player. Mate, we spent 1 billion, you fucking idiots. All right? Do you know what you could do with $1 billion? I don't think people deep it. Like, you go with 1 billion, Eunice, bruv, you're building a Galactico team. End of.
Easily.
And they go, it's all about sustainability with wages and to be sustainable. We're not sustainable, end of. The club doesn't generate enough money to be sustainable, number one, because of the stadium, all right? That's a fact, all right? So you have to bring in money elsewhere. They're having to pull out money left, right, and centre because they're overspending, right? Without competing, without being relevant, You have to understand, how can you be sustainable and trust the process if you're sacking a gaffer mid-season and at the end of every season when you're not even building a process with anyone or anything? It's just like you're building it with AI scouts, AI data and computers. And the analytics tell you it's all going to work. You just need someone there in the dugout. It's like they've gone mad, bro. The football's gone mad because United are looking down this route. They're not going to go quite down it. They're going to keep Fernandez. They've got experience in their team. They're going to keep experience, which is why they'll do all right doing it, And also they have to win because it's United. The supporters won't have it, bro, But we're not doing that. We're not keeping any experience, Eunice, bro. Like our wage structure is that's it. 150 cap, done. But yet Fofana Sterling. Sterling's on over 300 grand a week. You got Fofana on 200 grand a week. He hasn't played for us for what, a season and a half. You've got Cucurella on 190 grand a week. You know, Reece James is close to I think he's on 220 plus bonuses, takes up 250. But you fucking arseholes, yeah, all right, with Fina Jenner and Mason Mount, okay, going, he's not a captain, Reece is a captain. Now you're doubting that he's a captain. Now you're going, oh, I don't mind selling him. Oh, we can't create without Reece James. Now no one gives a shit. Oh, we got Gusto. Gusto's clear of James. Do you understand how this fan base moves? It's like you can't trust them. They're full of shit. They're flip-floppers, and they are the byproduct of why we are where we are, along with all the PR that's basically spearheaded and beachheaded this whole fucking campaign to destroy our football club. And that's the way I see it, bruv. You know, I don't see it the other way, and I'm very worried for next season. I'm generally very worried because 100. No problem about Enzo, and I don't doubt his credibility and what he's done and this and that. But you got to look at the red flags as well. You know, in the Championship, he went for a bad stint, and everyone brings it up. But ask yourself, why didn't he change it? Why did he have a backup when it didn't go right? They're not Chelsea supporters. They're less supporters. We're Chelsea supporters. It's a different level at our football club. All right. Yep. We had Sarri ball, and everyone's going fuck Sarri ball, this and that. Right. Okay. There was a divide. The ownership love a divide. They love a divide. Drink it all day long. Right. They love it. They'll neck it like John Smith's 24/7. Yeah. Necking that. I wouldn't neck it. All right, you drink that slowly, bitter, lovely. All right, but what I'm saying is the divide will be there. This guy is coming. When he went through that Leicester period, what bailed him out? Is something called experience to fall back on. And it was the experience in that Leicester team that bailed him out to get over the line after embarrassing himself for being a 17-point lead or whatever it was. All right,
yep.
He hasn't got that at Chelsea. He doesn't have it. So you're not managing Man City, mate. You ain't got world-class players in your team. You ain't got a system and an alignment. This is a different culture you're walking into, mate. It's a circus act. So he better be fucking ready, and the minerals better land. And if he's wearing that Stoney, earn that right to wear it, you know? Because I won't allow anyone to force an agenda on him because it's not his fault. He's not going to reject this deal. No one will.
I agree.
That's a fact. Hardy held the meeting. Why is the gaffer not holding the meeting? That's my concern, you know. And he said to the goalkeeper, if you play one long ball, you're getting subbed and you're going to get replaced because you play this way and this way only. Our players are not capable of that, Eunice, bruv. Does people not see that? I don't know. I'm asking you your opinion, right? Yeah. Do you think these players, when you look at them, can all play this tiki-taka shit?
No. No.
Because sorry I did an Hazard. People forget that.
I was going to say, yeah, exactly. Yeah? Exactly.
Well, we don't have that Eden Hazard. And don't tell me Cole Palmer's Eden Hazard, right? Cole Palmer's definitely a byproduct of City, and he's a baller. And if he has a great Euros, I'm worried about that as well. That's another discussion.
Yeah. If that were to come our way, which I reckon will come at some point, but
what if I'm going to throw it out there before you land it? What if Man United don't get Olise? They go, all right, cool. We're going to pay 110 million for Cole Palmer, and he's a United fan.
If they actually put up 110 mil, I think Chelsea would take it. I think Chelsea would take it. Yeah.
You've over doubled your money.
Yeah, and it goes to the point. You look at the recruitment strategy since the beginning. We got to remember there was one point that slipped my mind, and I was like, "Hang on, they spent $1 billion so far, right?" People like to talk about the billion. But look what we spent the $1 billion on. But we have to remember
5 million to Seagull Merchants and their structure.
But we got to remember the $1 billion was a must in that deal when they bought the club. Remember? There was 2.5 billion purchase of the club and then a 1 or 1.5 billion investment into the club, right?
That's across women's team and men's team. And that's how Bowley and Meatloaf Bowley can play chairman extracting 20 million a year. And they are now able to buy the 2 hotels, take the assets, take the car park, take the common training ground. They've done all that. They've stripped all our assets under everyone's noses, and everyone's celebrating, giving them head, deep throating, going, oh, we can go out in the market and spend money. We're all right with FFP. We're not going to get done. Are you mad, brain? Are you gone? Do you not understand what you buying, firstly? But secondly, they are under no obligation to sell those assets when they sell the club. They don't need to, and they're not going to.
Yeah, you see, that's where it would get sinister at that point if they sold the club, kept those assets, and they've got to like rent those assets out to whoever the new buyer is going to be. I think that would be twisted. That would be
that's
twisted.
What Levy's doing. That's what Levy will do with any.
Well, yeah. This is the thing. When they spent that money, right? You look at what they spent it on, and that tells you what the model was from the very beginning. Because as you said, with $1 billion, we could have just gone out and got a complete brand new Galactico team, and we wouldn't be having this conversation, right? But they chose to go down another route. Now, today, on stream earlier on, and someone referenced it, go to Football Benchmark, and you get to see the current valuation of Chelsea. Since these guys walked in, the value of Chelsea has already gone up by 500 mil.
What? Yeah, but from what they bought it?
From basically where they bought and the value of the not for the amount that they bought the club for, right? But for what the value was of the club at the time compared to now, after all of the players that we've come and gone and whatnot and everything we've done, the value of the club has now gone up 500 mil. So they're already, no matter what they're doing, they're making money, and that's the prime concern. That's their prime focus.
Listen. These owners, people need to understand, yeah? All right? They don't care about the supporters. They call us customers, number one. Number two, they don't even give a shit about winning. Feliciano came out and said it's more important to build business value than win or lose on a pitch. It's his words, not mine, right?
Yep.
They retract from that and talk about winning when the first season happened because it was all went tits up. But their model, their business plan, is working, and they are making profits. And you lot think, they haven't made profit on these players. Who's going to spend 100 million on Enzo and just sell him on and they're not making? They're making profit, mate. All these players depreciate in value every year, and that sets off the books, mate. All right, 20%, 25%. They're doing death row contracts. It doesn't even matter that they're doing 5-year contracts now because they can still offer an 8-year, but just spread it over 5 years. You know, nothing's hurting them. But what they've conned you with is this FFP of we've got to strip the 2 hotels and we've got to strip the car parking lot and we have to sell the training ground because what we're going to actually do is we're going to knock down the training ground, relocate to cheaper location, lower overheads, make it state of the art and all that. All right. When they've already put a games room and a rehabilitation room in current Cobham's training ground, and they'll build real estate there. And then they'll make tenfold on that real estate. And that's exactly what Levy did. But people in the fan base are not savvy.
That's a really good point. It's a really good point you've mentioned, yeah? It's a possibility. And it seems like there's no plan for them for that at the moment. But if there's any first clue or inkling that they're going to do that, people need to clock because it's absolutely true. They could just build a new training ground and then sell that one off to the club. They could, they could.
Right, and give it a value as well, but they own that real estate, right?
Yeah, exactly,
and that real estate's gold mine, right?
Mate, it's Cobham, sorry.
Yeah, sorry. The hotels at SW6, mate, gold mine. The car park land, gold mine, bro. Yeah? But they know with the Chelsea pitch owners, they're restricted in building the stadium. So if they can't build a stadium, no problem. We'll strip that. We'll build real estate there. We'll make our money either way. And we're going to charge, increase the season tickets. We're going to increase this and that. And we'll balance it out, try and maximize close to 50,000, 55,000 capacity for this season. And then the next season, we'll go close to 60,000 capacity. And that's how they do it. But there is nothing to suggest that their ambition is to go and win trophies and dominate and compete. You can get Champions League football, but what are you doing in it, my son? What are you doing in the Champions League? Are you going to go and win it? Is that your intent? Are you going to go and compete with Man City? Because we're a long way from Starbucks, a long way from that. We're a long way from Man City's benchmark, mate. Yeah? Even Arsenal's benchmark. Even Villa at this point, bro. You know, people forget Villa come from fighting relegation with Unai Emery, went on a 20-game unbeaten run, saved them, and now he's with the less budget. He hasn't had $1 billion. He's had a small budget, and he's taken them to top 4, mate. And that's because of our downfall. That's because of Newcastle slipping away, Man United slipping away, and teams capitalise.
And they've got financial issues now as well. They've got PSR problems, and they're playing Champions League.
They've got Egyptian owners in it. They've got Egyptian owners.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so.
They're loaded, mate. They've got a lot of wedge. And what? Listen, come 30th of June for this end of accounts. This is how Villa are going to play it. They're going to offset, balance the books.
They've already gotten rid of Douglas Luiz. That tells you where they're going.
Rid of Douglas Luiz. They're going to get rid of Duran. They're going to get rid of whoever. They're going to get rid of Matty Cash. All these guys. Come the 30th of June. After that, they're going to have a fresh new accounts and kitty to play with, and they're going to know if we buy right and we back this guy, he needs to keep us in the Champions League. We need to build a good enough squad to keep us in the Champions League, so that the next season. We're in the Champions League. We've got that income coming in again, so we're all right for FFP. The problem with these clowns is you cannot guarantee we're going to get top 4, all right? You've got the Conference League to take into consideration. Now, we were playing 1 game a week last season. We were struggling, bro. Yeah, all right? Now we're playing the Conference League. So you've got additional games, which is more than Europa, more than Champions League to deal with, at lesser quality opponent, shit stadiums. You know, pitches like pigs running on it, you know, part-time plumbers and electricians. So, you know, injuries are going to happen. Fatigue's going to happen. Your squad's not even strong enough to deal with 1 game a season. So where is everyone going, yeah, we're going to get top 4? For me, and you as well, Eunice, facts, and for every Chelsea supporter, your 3rd season, Champions League football is an absolute bare minimum requirement. To win the Conference League is a bare minimum requirement. And I don't care giving Enzo time and this and that, all right? But do you know what their priority is? Champions League and Club World Cup. They'd never mention the Conference League because the Conference League, you only get 15 million out for winning it. But if you get in the final for the Club World Cup, you get 80 million. If you win it, you get 80 million plus 40 million. That's the maths. So that's why you got all the Paulsteins and the Fabrizios broadcasting that the priority is Champions League football and they have to win the Club World Cup. No mention of the Conference League. Either they're thinking about forfeiting it or they just don't care because it's not got enough revenue, bruv.
We'll take part, I think. But yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So Enzo's got a harder job than Poch.
Yeah,
I hope people realise he's actually got a harder job.
And we're in a situation, like you've said, that's the bare minimum. And I think it's come to a point where I've seen most now on whatever side they were on previous, now coming narrow into the middle now, really saying, okay, look, 3 years into this ownership, there's no excuse. 2, as you said, get top 4 as a minimum, right? Especially if we're going down the excuse, like some people have said, if we had injuries, right? If it weren't for the injuries, we could have caught Aston Villa. We would have been playing Champions League football.
How about Tuchel lost both his wing backs, and we still got top 4, and we still won a Club World Cup. Like what we? But
this is the thing: if we're using that logic, then nothing's stopping us from getting top 4 next season, is it?
No.
Let's be real. Right. Okay. So if that's the case, bare minimum top 4, and to win the Conference League, because it would be embarrassing not to. Right?
I'm throwing an FA Cup in there as well.
Why not?
No, do you know why though? Because this is not our standards anyway. That's what I'm trying to say.
No, it's not. It's not.
This is a failure under Roman.
This is where I'm gonna add. I'm gonna top you one. Is after that, going into 25-26, I want us to be in a title race. End of story. Like, they have to be in a title race. Not just, we're top 4 now. Great, that's it. Mission accomplished. We're cool now. Done. No. It's top 4 next season because, let's be real, we're not going to be in a title race. But we get a minimum Champions League football and the Conference League. And the season after that, I'm sorry, if we've got that, then the next step, there's no excuse, is we got to be in the title race. 25-26, I want us fighting for the title. That's 4 years into the new ownership. Now, that's reasonable, right? For anybody to understand, that's reasonable. So this is where I'm actually, in one way glad to see that there's many people now going, okay, now this makes sense. This is the way that it should be. Going into next season, there's no blame on Maresca, no blame even on the players. Whatever happens, happens. But if we get Champions League football, cool. If we don't, heads need to roll upstairs. As simple as that. Heads need to roll.
Yeah.
So
Enzo has to go, number one. Number two, Paul Curtin wins Stanley Stuart Little. Got to go.
Out.
In fact, the owners, sack yourselves, put yourselves in bin bags and fucking throw yourselves in a skipping cob. You know, just get in the bin. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way I see it, Eunice. And I want people to understand, yeah, you're getting blindsided by PR. You're getting done left, right, and centre. You know, every one of these guys are reading off scripts. You can see it when you watch them. I always say it. Watch them. They're reading scripts. And the words they use is all articulated perfectly. And everyone forgets, Eunice, who is our communications director?
What's his name?
Tom Roddy.
Tom Roddy, that's the one.
From the time. Yeah. So don't ever forget that. I mean, people don't understand the structure behind the scenes. Do you know how many receipts I pulled up on the last two streams, mate? You honestly, the agenda they had on Rome is disgusting. So, you know, there is nothing. I do not trust them with a barge pole. Nothing whatsoever. Right?
No,
they are mercenaries, vampires, and they will continue to be like that. And it's. I will do my what's right to defend the club, to keep the standards where they should be, and to expose it for what it is, win, lose, or draw, until I am winning the Premier League, until I am winning and competing for Champions Leagues, until I am fucking satisfied, because my belly is not full. You understand me?
Mate, we're starving.
You know what I'm saying? I'm losing pounds by the.
We're starving, mate. We're malnourished.
Well, bruv. Minerals, lack of minerals.
Mate,
well,
they're feeding us bugs. Yeah. We're not even they're feeding us bugs, man.
Yeah. We're literally having to go to the woods and just eat bark at this point, and soil, you know, thinking it's rice and chicken. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Big up to Forest Dan. He says mimic football therapy, my geezer. Oh, he loves this. He loves this one. Yeah, he loves
Forest
this one.
Stand, you know, that's brilliant.
Therapy. He's like, yeah. I would do anything for pound notes. You know, yeah. You know it. Big up to Forest. He says, Eunice, land your version of pound notes. Oh, you got to do it, Eunice, bro. Come on.
What? I would do anything for pound notes.
And we're going to be up to the high heavens.
You changed the lyrics recently, didn't you? And they were better, if you remember them.
Yeah.
I've forgotten, so I don't know. But you done a better cover recently than your first one. You might have to re-release it.
We've done all sorts. We've done Reservoir Dogs, what is it? Clowns to the left, Clown Lake to the left of me, Brown Envelopes to the right, Stuck in the Middle of You. We've done Rio. You know, Bright Guy's got an elite one. Let's do it now. Fuck it. Let's do it now. I've got. We'll do it now, man. Big up. God, smash the likes. They're absolutely disgraceful. They're disgraceful. The likes. Yeah.
It's internationals now, man. It's Euros. People are waiting for Germany to kick off.
It's disgraceful, bro. All right, let's do this from the top, yeah. All right, let's do this, guys. All right, every single one of you, yeah. And I hope you're just giving it all that. You're just giving it all that, yeah. Everyone's going to be gliding wherever they are, man. There's some people flying where they're flying.
People be cutting shapes in basements, yeah.
Cutting shapes, man. Let's cut the shapes. Let's land it. Their name is Clown Lake, and they bought Don Roman's club. They made themselves directors and ran Chelsea in the mud. They love going to dressing room, spy cams are on the wall. They tell Win, Stanley and Stewart to recruit from shopping malls. Let's have it right again, bruv, again. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. Yeah, we land it. We land it. Elite, shout out Bry Guy, man. He's my ghostwriter. Bry Guy's my ghostwriter. Yeah.
Ghostwriter, brilliant.
Yeah, he's my ghostwriter. So smash the like for that at the very least. Smash the damn like button. Smash the subscribe button. You don't get this anywhere, bruv. Yeah, don't get it anywhere.
No,
but yeah, let's have
definitely.
it right. You know what I'm saying, Eunice, bruv? You know what I'm about, and I'm just gonna keep going. Like I'm never stop, bruv. And big up Sizzler, he says, yeah, Brillo Pat inverting. He's got 5 on it. Come on, let's go. Brillo Pat's inverting. We're gonna have Petrovic inverting. We're gonna have Duran inverting as left wing and back into DM. We're going to have Casado inverting a right wing. It's going to be all mad, bruv. It's going to be horizontal vertical. Everyone's going to be dizzy on the pitch. Everyone's going to be throwing up. It's going to be mad, mate. It's going to be epic. And then, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be mad. It's going to be mad, you know?
Players are going to look like walking out of a club at 5:30 in the morning. Just ruined.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, well, we're in the mud, Eunice. Do you understand me? We're in the mud. And you know what? Let's take a quick take on Bald Haggis, you know, at United. Because Tuchel rejected it. Can you believe it?
Yeah.
I do believe it, but they're going down that route, mate. They
are. Yeah, United are. I'll be real. I thought United would do better than what they've done so far, man. That's not a good look. It's not a good look. I think it would have been a big statement if they managed to get like a Tuchel. I think you'd look at them seriously. You'd be like, whoa, you know. But for a new ownership or part ownership, but Ineos to walk in and not be able to get their first appointment of manager is a bad look. Bad look. So they don't scare me. They're keeping Ten Hag. I think he's probably just going to accept whatever he's given. And yeah, United are probably heading down the same road. Maybe via a different route, but they're on the same road as us.
However, he's the second most successful manager in the last 2 years, more than Veneer Merchant, more than Legoid, more than our 2 gaffers.
It's mad, isn't it?
Our 4 gaffers we've had.
4.
Yeah. He's second to Pep. It's Bald Hag with the FA Cup and Carabao Cup. Yeah. That shows you how the league is in the bin.
It is, isn't it?
It's just absolutely, for the best league in the world, it's just not now. The benchmark. The
fact that's being propped, like, all right, he won a Carabao Cup and then he won 1 FA Cup.
Yeah.
And it's mad for those competitions that have lost their prestige in all those years, right? Yeah. We don't look at those competitions like we used to. Before they used to be big. And now even the FA Cup doesn't feel the same like it used to. But he's won those 2 and now he's been made to look like he's flipping Carlo Ancelotti. Yeah. Nah, but it shows, as you said, the levels of everyone else is on the floor. It's on the floor.
And you know what? Cafu, he landed it. I had to mud that little Vincey. He says, imagine being brainwashed by the media every week that you are the best in the world. Meanwhile, you are not near the best. I prefer La Liga because they have a high mentality to reach finals and win them. In La Liga, they don't have a mouth in front of the TV cameras telling lies about Spanish players or hyping them to the world. They speak football there, not myth. And he also mentioned about the Brazilian players coming to the English league. Is like, you know, he's saying we're not going to win anything with Brazil because he's saying what he's saying there. They're deemed to be better than what they are and bigged up, and the PR is just relentless. The PR's killed our league. It's implemented and fed the trust the process nonsense without progress. Just making financial gain. That's it. You know what I'm saying?
And you know about young Brazilians, and this is something that needs to be taken into consideration. I feel like if you get Brazilians that are disciplined, they're kept in line, right? From a young age, they're allowed to develop. There's no pressure. They become big ballers, and then they start hitting levels. You can't beat them. Like, you can't beat them. But if you take a young Brazilian that's not gone down that road and you make him believe that he is it, he's more inclined to not actually do anything, right?
Exactly.
There's a culture. It's very easy. Look, there's been examples. We'll give one. Anthony. is a prime example. He thinks he is it, and he's not.
Plate spinner.
He's really not, man. But his ego is flipping not through the room, right? Neymar is a great player, but even he had issues with his ego from time to time, if you remember. And he was hitting levels. He's Neymar, but he let himself down, I feel like, because he could have done much better than what he actually ended up doing. So there's a thing, and he's right. What Cafu has said is spot on. If you allow young Brazilians with all that talent to do what they got to do and hit that maturity, you can't stop them. If they don't hit that maturity, they won't. In fact, they'll end up in trouble. More times than not, they will just cause you issues. So we're not helping. We're not helping propping up these young ballers like that. We're not helping them whatsoever.
Yeah, because they want to come for the bright lights, London. Yeah, the biggest club in London. They get very
easily gassed up. Like, yeah,
you've got Kendrick Paez being escorted at a strip club with Casado. I mean, what are we doing here, bruv? The guy's 17 years old. He's going to strip clubs. Yeah. Like, it's a shambles under Clown Lake. You got OnlyFans infiltrating. You got, I mean, it's just, have you seen the DMs with Olise talking some slosh pot as well? It's dangerous out there. I'm telling you. And these women are vampires, mate. Yeah,
they are.
They will come for your chain. They'll take your bollocks. They'll take you to the cleaners. Yeah,
they'll do it. And they'll do it with a smile as well.
Oh, they'll do it with a smile. They'll probably open their legs while they do it.
Completely.
And that's what keeps them focused. But OnlyFans the next sponsor. He's not wrong, Don Roman. He's not wrong. I was going to say a point about the Brazilians. You're not even buying like the creme de la creme. And also, when you talk about high potential Brazilians, you know the difference. Vinicius Jr. went his first season at Real Madrid, got slandered, bruv. Yeah. But what did he have in the dressing room? What did managers he got? What standards he got at that club to elevate him, to drive it out of him? At our club, we got none of that. No. Nothing. No. And these wrong'uns, these clowns want to compare us and go, we're aspiring and basing it on Real Madrid. And we look up to Perez. Bruv, you couldn't even lace his shoes, mate. You shouldn't even be in the same room as him. Billionaire? Go, give me a break, bruv. Billionaire boys club. That's what they are. They're boys. Yep. Perez a man. You know what I'm saying? He's running the game as it should be. All right, elite mentality, standards. And Jose Mourinho, we never spoke about this, Eunice. Jose Mourinho called him out, and no one clipped it. No one. Do you remember? I'll put it out. He says, Perez, Real Madrid, their structure is simple and perfect, and it works.
Yep.
Yeah. He says all the other clubs are complicating it, trying to be trendy. No one clipped it. No one. And then he muddied them with, I've got a place in London, whatever. Oh, they were trying for 8th, 9th, 10th.
Is that ambition?
To get Europa. Muddied them. Jose's a goat, and people coming at Jose for that. All right. He even said the ones that use data and analytics don't know football. I don't do that. Yep. You use your eyes, your eye test. You use this, and you use this. Because
I completely agree.
Football is why I lose it all the time. Is emotion, is feeling, is escapism, right? It's a passion for the game, it's a love, right? Yeah. These lot don't have it. They're soulless. These lot are like RoboCop, bruv. They're like Murphy and RoboCop, yeah? And what we do, we're throwing them in the acid, yeah? The geezer in the acid just melting like that. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Yeah, like
that's true.
They are soulless. No affiliation, no sort of relationship with the culture. Understand the culture, understand the game, liking the game. Rome was a football man. You're bringing all this new age stuff. It's jarring as hell, and I'm tired of it. It's grim. It's out of order, and yet people are lapping it up, and they keep eating the PR Happy Meals. Why? Why would you do that? Why? Do you not learn? Have you not learned about these lot? The PR's generational. You've got to rate it, Eunice.
Oh, it's mad. It's incredible. I've never seen it like this. It's mad. Yeah. It's incredible. And you know what? We know Chelsea in and out, and we know what goes on at our club. But it goes beyond that now. It's you're starting to see it in other clubs and it's other places that are doing the same thing, mate. The PR has never been this high ever, and it will continue to rise. It will continue to go even higher. It won't stop.
Do you know how good their PR is? Yeah, they could probably get old. Let's reword this now. Efri Jepstein. Yeah, all right. They could get him. And they could probably get old Diddy off it. You know what I'm saying with their PR? Yep. They'll find a way to just, you know what I'm saying?
Completely.
That's what they'll do. Yeah, they'll do it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get cancelled. They always cancel me, man. Everyone's cancelling me. Do you know how many times I've been shadow banging this, bruv? Do you know how many times they come at me, bruv? It's mad. It's absolutely mad, you know. But let me run through a few of these super minerals. Where is it? Forest Stan says Land Bane. Mafia says Bane Minerals. Everyone wants Bane, bruv. Yeah. Have you seen Bane, Eunice? Do you like Bane? Do you know who Bane is? Have you ever seen?
I know Bane.
Yeah.
I know Bane. Unless you've got your own version.
Oh, we have the Clown Lake at Chelsea Football Club now, and they have fucked us royally, and we must attack them. Eunice, you have to listen. You have to help. We have to attack. We cannot turn corners. Come on, bro. Let's go. All right. He says, do a George Benson 5 things. 5 things we've learned, guys.
No, it's not 5. It's 6.
Oh, see? 6 things we've learned, guys, today about Chelsea. Yeah. You know? And the beach is there. The beach is there. I might move abroad. How about I go abroad, bruv? Yeah? What about me and by the pool and by the beach, you know, landing minerals? Why not?
Do it, mate.
Why not?
UK's in the mud.
UK's in the mud. He said concrete jungle. It's an understatement, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Big up, Brian says, minerals during work, landed generals. We have landed it today. We have landed it. We've done an hour and 12 minutes of pure minerals. Yeah? You know what I'm saying? Yeah? Bane would do this. And I would do anything for pound notes. Oh, we love it. All right, big up to everyone. If you ever wanted
Bane to sing, you got it.
Yeah, Bane can sing, bruv. He's an animal. Don't ever get it twisted. Bane is a villain, you know, and we are the villain to the Clown Lake. Yeah, they can't hack it. Do you know why they can't hack it?
Greetings from Centre Parks, by the way. That's the background. I hope you're all well. This is just ridiculous, though, isn't it?
You know, it is ridiculous, but we will continue to keep landing it. You know what I'm saying? But big up to everyone. Respect to everyone. Is there anything else you want to land, Eunice, before we wrap it?
No. Just obviously we'll see what happens. But aside from that, I hope England do well. I don't think they will.
No, waistcoat merchant. This guy's a car crash. This guy,
yeah.
Honestly, this guy bottled the Euro final, bottled getting World Cup with one of the best England teams we've had in a long time, generational team, and this guy won't take Grealish.
It's mental.
That's mad. I don't care what you tell me. That's mental.
And on top of that, the hype has already started, and this is where things already go wrong. You know, at the beginning, they like the media, like what we've been talking about, the PR now being put out on this England team, and the pressure, like on Bellingham, for example. It's just gonna backfire. You just know it's gonna backfire. The problem is Southgate.
Bellingham's had all the pressure at Real Madrid. You know what I'm saying? His first season as a kid. He'll be able to deal with this pressure. They need someone. They need someone. You know what I'm saying? With Bellingham in there. I would play Connor and Declan Rice as the 2 holding players, and then I'd have, you know, Bellingham there, Cole Palmer in the mix, Foden lurking, you know, and Harry Kane. It's dangerous, man.
Oh yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah.
But the problem is, I don't think the defense is good enough.
No, it's not. It's leaking. It's leaking.
He didn't take Tamori. He didn't take Colwill. He didn't take Trev.
No. John Stones might not be playing the first game either.
Yeah, I mean, John Stones got to play, doesn't he? He's got to play.
He was ill. He was ill.
Oh, so it wasn't an injury then? He didn't get injured?
No. He was even quarantined, like just to stay away so none of the other players get hit with anything if it was a cold or a flu or something. But yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. You're right. The defense is looking suspect.
Hello? Is it you I'm looking for? 'Cause Clown Lake's shitting on us, and there's nothing we can do.
All right, Lionel. I did not expect Richie.
Yeah, we'll get into it. We'll do some Stevie Wonder soon, man. We'll get into it. But yeah, Johnny's got the X factor. You know it. He's got the X factor. He's got the Chelsea factor. Yeah, Chelsea factor. So big up to everyone. Listen, respect to everyone. A great show, Eunice, and we really landed some serious facts. I don't think there's much going on right now in terms of what's happening.
Nah, all focus now is on Germany, Scotland anyway. So
yeah, unless these clowns love to play main character syndrome, that they want to launch out some
something.
Yeah, leak something while there's fucking Euros going on or something. You know, they love to play that role, don't they?
They probably won't be watching the game anyway. They probably don't watch football. So
do you know what? I'll tell you, it'd be great on the MineralsFC if we done if I could, you know, we could do like a competition and we could do a live karaoke of MineralsFC. You know what I'm saying? We could all do karaoke, bro. That'd be elite.
That would be hilarious.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just fucking. I'll get Bright Guys, my ghostwriter, and then we'll do different things. But Rich here says, big up Eunice, big up Johnny, keep landing minerals. Big up to you, big up to everyone, all the MineralsFC ultras, everyone supporting the channel. Do smash the like button. Make sure you subscribe to Eunice's channel. Help him get to 200k. And you know what I'm saying? We have to help him get there. And please help me get a 12k as well, because we are getting closer. And let's have it right. We see things they'll never see. Shout out Chelsea Old Boys. Love to the GOAT. And we'll end on Don Roman, because that's the standards at Chelsea Football Club. So before we do that, Eunice, anything you want to say? Anything you got coming up before we wrap it?
No, just there'll be a second video later on, but we'll see what happens with Germany, Scotland, and all that. And then if anything pops up, then yeah, I'll do one. But apart from that, there'll be an England preview tomorrow, because I will be doing the England stuff as well, just like I would normally do Chelsea stuff. So preview tomorrow, review on Sunday, and then we look forward to the second game. But in the meantime, I'll give my thoughts on all the latest and what's happening and what we hear. So that's it. Good. And shout out to everyone in the chat. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. Thanks for having me.
Respect. We'll see you soon, Eunice. We'll be landing again, I'm sure. And we'll try and get a Lee Gunner one done. I would like to do the Goodfellas one, you know what I'm saying? Or Good Minerals. We'll do one of them ones, three of us.
That's a shout.
Yeah, it's a good shout. Yeah. So respect to everyone. Smash it, smash the likes, hit subscribe, put all your comments down below, give us all your thoughts on everything landed. And as always, we'll leave you with the Minerals landing. Love to everyone. Keep winning, stay healthy. And so right up the Chelsea as always, and up the MineralsFC, and we move and we're out. It's like, Meatloaf Bailey, what a PR stunt. Look at me, guys. Yeah, I would do anything for pound notes. And I'm going to sit in a restaurant, and I'm going to look like, oh, I'm proper Chelsea, and I love Chelsea, and this is all on Siri Merchant Barley. What a load of bollocks.